All right, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Uh,
Now we got
so
Norm is here and Jeet. Yeah.
yeah, we got Let's Farm and G in the chat there. Is that it for now? Yeah, that's all I see there now. Um, we'll kind of slow roll a little bit here as people come in. But how are you guys doing today? Good to see you again, G. It was nice talking to you the other day. You and Dawn and Robin and I had a great conversation, and so Dawn's here with us today to have some more conversation.
Hi,
This,
everyone.
is my cousin. My cousin. This is my cousin Don.
Right? Absolutely.
So Dawn has a channel and does some things, and I'm going to say in the Pangburn universe because that kind of seems to be the theme of the channel and stuff. But so you've got a channel and it's linked in the title of this video, so you can just click on the title and go over there and check that out. Subscribe while you're over there. Also, as we go, it takes I think the first 5 minutes before my bot shows up in chat. So after that, though, there will be a tag that pops up Don's information rolling through chat too, so you'll be able to go and subscribe there too. And I'll leave that active afterwards. And anytime you need Don's information, or if Don's here and wants to put it in the chat, he can absolutely do that.
Thank
Um, so how you been, Don?
Been pretty good. Been pretty good. It's snowing where I live, and so everything's white. And my favorite part about it is the snow absorbs sound waves, and
Yeah.
so it gets quiet, and all the din of the city and town and everything is just much quieter. I love it.
Have you ever been out in the woods in a big heavy snow?
No, unfortunately, when I did spend a lot of time in the woods, I was in the south,
Yeah,
and there ain't no heavy snow in the south where I live.
yeah, yeah. And now, not ice. When you're in the woods in an ice storm, it's like noisy and scary.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, it's neat being out in a snow because it is like so just deadly silent that it's like it's almost unnerving a little bit that it's so
right.
quiet. Yeah. Uh, and Robin, how you been?
I've been good. I've been good. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to go get to see Andrew Seidel. I'm so excited. I called in last night online and got to and advertised with Matt over for Andrew because I knew that that would be one thing that he would allow. So
Yeah. Did you get a little bit of snow down your way?
we got a little bit like two times we got like a dusting. It wasn't anything that accumulated, but like the out the window of where I sit a lot in the kitchen, my little house, my other little house, I like the roof was snow covered. Then it melted. Then again the next day I was on the call with Jeet and Dawn. I was like, "Oh, it snowed again because my roof is covered up again."
Yeah.
But
We They canceled school here today. We had some snow this morning, but it's pretty much all melted now, and
I,
it's
I think you're calling for some I'm making this trip to Nashville, and I reckon there's supposed to be some incoming, in
now
somewhere
where I'm at. We're supposed to get 1 to 2 inches tonight. So
on I-40. You never know what's going to happen.
yeah. I mean, you're on the other side of the state and a
Yeah,
little bit south, not really far south, but
yeah, but I-40 is really like it's really kind of like shifty on like ice. So they get a lot of ice on I-40. Maybe not right in Tennessee as much as like out in Oklahoma and stuff. But I-40 can get very nefarious sometimes.
hey, you got a compliment on the hat from the
I
hat lady
know.
herself.
Yes, Ember
Uh,
loves hats. This is my
thank
red hat. This is my red hat I'm wearing tonight,
It's
but
fabulous.
it does not say MAGA on it.
Yeah, what the hell? Why did you wear a red hat here? What's your problem, Robin?
Um, I know that's what I didn't even pay attention to that, and they were like, "Oh, nice red hat," and I was like, "Okay," because I'm wearing this red sweater,
Yeah.
and
I'm just joking. It looks really nice. I'm messing with you.
I'm gonna carry my flag purse and everything. I'm going out in our meet, yeah, because we are the real Americans.
Hi, Moke and Ember and Bree. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you guys.
Hey, Bree.
Uh, so, like, I, I again, like I went and looked, and I was going to put together like a couple clips and stuff, and then as I started to look at it, I was like, yeah, it's called Fashion Joe. Yeah, I have no idea about that. I have you seen my shirt and designs and stuff? They're simple and basic as could be, but I didn't really feel any need in that. I mean, I think uh, where should we start? I mean, we've got a new oil tanker.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
like yeah, but I mean, like in like we've left Russia's oil tankers alone. We're not intercepting those.
yeah,
Um, like what a bully!
yeah,
How
yeah.
our
I mean, an absolute act of war in every sense of the word. Cutting off natural resources. What do we call that? We call that a blockade, I believe.
yeah,
But
and we're murdering like
yeah, not to mention all the murdering.
we're
Yeah,
murdering survivors of boat strikes in the water, because guess what? They were swimming around and trying to flip the boat back over. Well, yeah, if I was like in the ocean with nothing to hang on to, I would probably be looking for something to grab onto. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So I went out and I looked at both narratives of this, like the apologetic from Republicans out there on the internet of what they had to say about like this being war crimes and stuff, and every single one of them I found misrepresented the story completely to do
Hmm.
it. Like it was dishonest. There was a lot of, well, they were getting their drugs and getting back on the boat and trying to
yeah,
continue bringing drugs and all this other stuff. And
yeah,
um,
that's what I would do if my boat got blown up and I was like floating in the water without anything at all under my feet. I would be worried about getting my drugs.
yeah, I'd be like, yeah, I got to get these drugs back in this boat so I can go to the country that this boat has no hope of ever reaching
Yeah,
because I'm not headed there to begin with.
Right. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
but
that's the thing that just blows my mind
But
is
what's
these.
yeah, what's disturbing to me as much as what we're doing is the people who think it's okay.
Yeah, these vessels aren't
Yes.
even capable of reaching our shores.
No, and he's releasing drug dealers. Like he released,
Yeah, yeah,
the ex president of Honduras who trafficked 400 tons of cocaine into the United
that's
States,
a lot of cocaine.
and he pardoned him. I mean,
It's a good weekend.
we actually accumulated evidence on this person, took him to trial, spent money, convicting him, putting him through trial and everything, and then he just pardons him.
Hmm.
So do you guys know what the ride is saying about that? Like,
This is what nothing. I
Yes.
mean, like they just
Exactly.
ignore it. Like
Dead
I've
silence.
posted 1,000 memes that said if you are a special kind of stupid if you're arguing for being anti-drug and your president is releasing drug kingpins.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Um.
I'm pro drugs.
So,
Yeah,
so
G.
Ember said, as the queen, as the pirate queen, I feel greatly disturbed. I have to condemn this act of state-sponsored piracy. That's, of course, but that was one of the things that they were saying. They were like, "Well, have you seen the international laws for how we handle pirates and blah blah blah?" And it's like there were no pirates here, but okay. I know that we don't disable someone's vessel and then come back 45 minutes later to then murder the survivors. Like
No.
that's
No,
not a thing.
and the survivors that we did pick up, the one time that we did pick up the survivors, they ended up being released to the countries where they came from with
Yeah,
no charges.
yeah,
They had no charges. They did not charge them with any kind of terrorist,
because they didn't have
activity.
anything.
That's right. That's
They
right.
didn't. They don't know that there's drugs on any of these boats.
No. No. And
Um,
that's the thing. They
yeah.
didn't know who was on the boat. They didn't know what was in the container. And
So
the one alternate explanation that I've read was that the one specifically that I've seen recently with the blue barrels
was it?
argued that the blue barrels were fuel,
Yeah.
exactly marine fuel.
Yeah. So and drug smugglers aren't going to pack their boat full of fuel. they're going to pack it full of drugs
Yes,
in every space they can squeeze it.
indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was 14 people on one of those boats.
Yeah, they're not going to
I'm
put
sorry,
14 people
drug
on a drug
dealers
boat.
do not like. Drug boats are there to carry drugs, not people.
But I think it's almost kind of like
Polymers.
a red herring to even go down that road, because let's give them the best case scenario. The best case scenario is those boats were full to the brim of drugs, and they were bringing them to the United States, which they couldn't, but they were bringing them here. You still committed a war crime. It doesn't matter. Like the that's I mean, our military has rules about this, and it's very clear on this. They weren't combatants. They seem to be waving to show surrender, but again, best case scenario, they weren't. They were trying to get back in their disabled boat. You still can, I mean, there's no path to getting to where this is okay.
No, no,
But
no.
I what they said to me is because I pushed back on some of the right wing channels and stuff about this, and they said, oh, how awful the government killed these people that were bringing this poison into our country to kill tons of Americans. And it's like, okay, even if that's true, how do you decide? You've decided to be the jury and the executioner here. Like,
Exactly.
that's not how we do things.
No.
Well, half of these people were the ones that were enjoying the cocaine that was brought in. That's what gets me. Like, and this is not fentanyl. We don't get fentanyl from, Venezuela. Um,
No, we do not have to be at war to commit war crimes. War crimes, we're referring to violating treaties
Geneva,
that we have in
yeah,
place.
the laws of engagement.
Yeah. So, no, you can commit war crimes absolutely without there being a war.
Yeah,
Going to war without the act of war is actually that's kind of the war crime.
there's a set of things that were established, post, World War I, that kind of lay out what some of your rules of engagement are, which is why we were allowed to try many of the Nazi members for the crimes that we did, was because they actually violated, those rules of engagement that everybody agreed to.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's similar in principle uh, to law. I have a shoulder kitty.
Ah,
Um,
hold on. Oh, it disappeared. I was going to say we got to put it up big if you got a cat on screen. That's the rule.
um, I'm former law enforcement, and we have standards that we were supposed to follow, that you're supposed to follow during use of force. And one of those standards is once someone is no longer combative, once they're no longer a threat, you don't treat them like they're a threat anymore. And these guys swimming in the ocean trying to save their own lives were definitely no longer a threat.
Right.
And so that was obvious murder, would be charged so anywhere in the United States. But like someone made a great point, Moondog down here says Trump's argument is not that it's illegal. His argument is he gets to break the law. And I fully agree with that. He has no respect for the Constitution, has called for it to be suspended over a problem he himself invented.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of been the thing recently. One of the other things that happened is Trump had a cabinet meeting that he slept through, and
Yes.
I think it's
and
better that he sleeps through them, actually.
I cringed so hard when the farmer was like, "My kid says he doesn't want Santa Claus to come. He wants Donald Trump to come to the house this year for Christmas." And it's like, really? Yeah,
Shove that fat ass down a chimney.
yeah.
That's all I can say. And now, but go on to creating a problem that he tries. Is
Exactly.
the farming situation.
There you go.
An example of this. The man, tariffs the shit. This is the second time in a row too, like second term. Tariffs the shit out of our, the farm products the farmers raise,
Yeah.
and causes the farmers to get just drilled. on their profits, and then turns around and we have to bail them out. And I kind of think, in a way, it's sort of like the bank thing that we did back, in 2008. We kind of have to, because every one of these farms that gets lost and bought up by corporate farming is going to even make the situation worse. But come on now, farmers should be able to recognize that they're getting screwed in this. I think, I will say, there's a lot of farmers though that I've met that did not vote for Trump. They have never voted for him. Like, they're more than I actually knew. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I mean, many of them are supporting him now, and they're like, "Oh, it's so great. Trump cares about the farmers, and that's why he's taking this $12 billion to bail out the farmers." It's like, yeah, but he's he's putting a temporary band-aid on a problem he created.
he's
Hmm.
just yeah, it's just making more problems. It's
Yeah,
socialism, farmers. It's socialism.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, socialism. But
yeah, yeah.
But I don't think I don't even know how much of it, like, an individual farmer will actually get.
Well,
I'm
they're
just
saying it's not enough. That's the reporting I'm
Oh
reading.
no.
It's even at 12 billion. It's not enough.
Yeah,
Well,
because it doesn't replace the GDP that
yeah.
actually would have been, and they're
So
still
so
stuck with their product.
there is no bailout that can fix this, because you've created a long-term problem now. Like, there's no, you're, I mean, you can just keep doing it, but at that point, then it's like, you want to just, he's got a big problem with giving anybody any kind of benefits to begin with.
Mm.
So, um
When you're a hoe, the first thing that you need to do is stop digging.
oh, okay. Your Kentucky accent, you started with "when you're a hoe." I was like, what?
So when you're in a hoe, I mean,
Yeah,
you just stop digging. That's the
Yes.
first rule. Stop digging.
yeah,
Then
yeah.
that helps the whole lot right there. But
Oh, these motherfuckers, they don't,
but Trump digs with both hands. Like,
every tool's a shovel. Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah, everything's a shovel. Yes.
Yeah.
There's
Uh,
Al.
yeah. What's up, Al? Good to see you.
Love
Hey,
you, Al.
yeah, go join Let's Farm Discord server there. A lot of fun over there, for my smoking pals.
Gonna have to.
Yeah, let's farm is one of our fellow Kentuckians, or was. He's
Honorary Kentucky.
yeah. Well,
Uh,
he's and then I look like his sister. So,
Yeah. What's up, Jess? Good to see you.
and Jimmy Tux is here too.
Jimmy Tux. Jimmy Tux came and visited me here in Ashland, Kentucky, not too long ago. Got to snap a picture with him, check out his new car. Uh, Lots of fun there, hanging out with Jimmy. Go check him out too. He's got a nice channel. But so, like, we have we're at this point right now to where it's like the end of the year, and all of these companies are warning that, these tariffs and stuff, you're getting ready to see all these price increases across the board on everything,
mhm.
where everything's already, went up a lot. And the whole topic right now is affordability with both sides. And you see Republicans kind of moving away from Trump a little bit on this. The I think, and I hate to get ahead of myself here, but, like, I think it's going to be a blowout in these midterms, like, really bad for the Republicans.
Just
People are pissed.
don't yeah don't. I'm just not going to say it. Just okay.
I mean, Miami has its first Democratic mayor in decades,
Yes, in 30
uh,
years.
30 years.
When we had these last elections and everything swung towards Dem, even in where the Republicans won their races, they won them by a much smaller margin.
Oh yeah, everything shifted blue.
Yeah,
I
totally.
think it's a good sign, but I think that I kind of feel like that the whole trend in the world pretty much is just like reach is like swap everything out every so often. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like, and
no,
so I think that if we after the next election cycle, one more, then maybe we'll see if people learn their lesson or if they're just flip flopping because they want to see a change again. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
they just keep thinking that, like, I'll vote for the other side because it'll change stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And you kind of have to take a lesson from this, with other than, um, we need to try somebody else. Like that's not the thing. We need to stop trying to let Republican policies, uh, you know, threaten our way of life.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Well,
Um,
everybody, when the polls are open, get out and vote. Um, that's the only way you get to have a say, unless you run for office yourself.
Vote early, vote often.
There you
yeah.
go.
Yeah. It's not too late in the game for Democrats to completely screw the pooch here, right? So like
They are pretty good at dragging defeat out of
let's
jaws of victory. Yes.
just because things are it looks like we may be able to pull out this provided we have elections. The Don't stop now. Keep talking about this stuff. Keep pointing to the absurdity and the laws and the crimes and all that stuff, and get people out there to vote so we can fix this the way that was intended for us to fix this. So because I think that's what America needs. I mean, like, Republicans were given the opportunity here to do their thing. They control the House, the Senate, the White House, and they have completely fucked it. Like,
Utterly failure.
The
yeah, yeah,
mandate. The mandate. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. They had a mandate to
Yeah. They like. Yeah. They are completely. I mean, like, that's the only thing that's saved us from that evil
their incompetence.
all is the fact that they are so freaking incompetent that it's
Yeah.
like, if it wasn't our lives that were being affected, it would be almost clownish.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Affordability is a hoax made up by Big Poor to try and convince people that they need to eat.
I
Been
mean,
saying that all along.
yeah, I don't understand this obsession with words now that they act like these are new words. Like, remember groceries? Remember
Oh,
how groceries was? It's
Because
like
he's an idiot.
these people take words that have been in our language forever, and they act like that there's some kind of new magic thing around these words. Affordability, yeah, paying your bills is important.
Nobody says groceries
Yeah,
anymore.
being able to afford food. Yeah,
Yeah.
has the war on Christmas officially started yet? Because I don't have my ghillie suit all the way together.
Yeah.
well, I did tell somebody happy holidays the other day.
Oh
So
my God.
I
I
thought,
hope everybody. Well, I don't know. Should I play it? I've got there was a trailer to this video for people who got here beforehand. We used it last year too, but it's our Happy Holidays thing that Jess put together for us, and maybe we'll play it at the end or something.
yes,
Right.
Yeah,
yes is very tongue in cheek with the happy holidays.
yeah. It's but we used this last year, and I can't imagine anything like doing any better with it. We do have a new intro coming for this show. I just wasn't able to actually get it in my hands to put it up today. But next week we'll have a new intro that's amazing as usual. And again, Jess came through with that. But
Right.
you know, yeah. So
That's why I asked. Wait a minute, I'm gonna ask farm. Let's farm. What do y'all talk about over there? If you don't, there's no politics or religion. I don't even.
smoking
I
pot
don't
and
even,
what
I
we're
don't
named
even
after.
know. I don't even know what I have in common with anybody. Like, I don't know. What are you talking about? There's PC.
What's up, PC?
She said it's a go on war.
Yeah, let's
Well, I
go.
tell you, I only have one thing on my Christmas wish list this year, and it's this right here.
Yeah.
I'd
Yes.
like to see this for Christmas. Can we make that happen?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure you guys have covered this a lot before, but it's the hypocrisy of the today's Republican Party and MAGA especially, uh, is confounding to me. I can't comprehend how you can be the law and order party and then elect a felon, a predator, to the highest office in the land.
Yeah.
How do you square that with yourself?
You like a Christian and not feed people. Like like these people have been practicing hypocrisy. They've been trained in it since birth, most of them.
I like the term fiscal
Yes,
conservative and
yes,
fiscal
yes.
hawk, and
Physical responsibility. Yes.
yeah,
Um,
That's
they have
pro-life,
real good.
like pro-life. It's
Oh, right. Yeah.
yeah, and
yeah. They got to be born so you can starve them to death afterwards.
small government. Um, like everything that is in their policy is like an oxymoron.
Yeah,
It is. It is. They want a stronger working class to build the middle class. That's one of their goals. But they don't want to make sure that they have health care, which is what enables you to work. And they want to make sure that you can eat either, which, if I remember back when I could work, it seemed necessary to also eat.
yeah,
So, how are they going to get these 14-year-olds back in the factories and back in the mines where they think they belong without health care and food?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Everything is like it's like the upside down world. Like everything they say is opposite. It's opposite day all the time, and it's
yeah. I don't know. That yeah, they everything they say is always a contradiction. Like it's all the reasoning is always the opposite of what they do. And I mean, but what you were saying though about the middle class, like how do you what thing would you need to do to prevent the middle class from ever becoming anything more than the middle class or the poor? Like how do you prevent them from overcoming it? You destroy education, which they did. Um, and you put the country so far in debt that only the richest people can afford to thrive,
and
and
yeah,
everybody else is either you work for us and do the things that we tell you to do, or you don't eat.
yep. And you give tax breaks to the rich, and you
Yeah,
allow just unlimited corporate funding into politics, and
Yeah.
um, yeah,
Well, I remember kind of when this all started, at least for me, is because I'm old, as you can probably see, and I was around and conscious of what was going on around me, if not really into it, back when Reagan was in office, and his policies. There was a Heritage Foundation back then. There was a Project 2025 for that era.
yeah,
And Reagan instituted 40% of it. Then Bush instituted another 60% once they had changed it. And each Republican administration since then has used their programming, which is what it is, for policy without good data to back it up, in the face of good data sometimes. And it's all on one of my favorite younger generation streamers. He's got a notebook that when somebody offers a claim up, he pulls up and he's looking through this notebook, and all on the outside of this notebook it says, "Trust me, bro." And that's their evidence. It's "Trust me, bro." Let me find the yeah. It's in
common
that
sense.
"Trust me, bro" book.
Yeah, common sense. They
Hmm.
like
yeah.
they like to award a whole lot of their stuff to common sense.
Well, then they should exhibit some, and I don't believe they are.
No,
No,
no, I don't think that. Yeah, common sense tells you to look before you cross the road. It doesn't tell you anything about how to run policy.
Hmm.
Like I find most of like things that where we address like racial inequality, um, you know, the social inequality or whatever is counterintuitive, really. The actual things that work and are effective and change it are somewhat counterintuitive to our just natural what we as humans think like is the best way to do things.
Yeah.
And but we can support that with data, and they just don't like data. They don't like facts.
No, they don't. They hand wave it away. And the worst phrase, I wish it could be uninvented, um, but it was by one of his, uh, fake blonde handlers back in his first administration, came out with alternative facts.
Yes.
And that saying has just bothered me ever
That was
since.
like the second day, wasn't it? When that because that was about the inauguration, like
Yeah.
the number of people that showed up for the inauguration.
So they create their world, their own reality, and then they try to govern the actual reality based on this fantasy they've created. And why it's very cult like that so many people just fall into it and say, let's go with it just because I want something different. Well, I
Yeah.
want something different too, but I want the different to be good.
Right. Different change isn't always positive.
No, you can't. They have shown that there always is. You can get worse.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Right.
I mean, there doesn't seem to be bottom to
A-
the badness of this bunch.
and some changes, like I know that presidents often, like when they come into office, they overturn all the executive orders of the previous administration, and
Nobody's
they
ever done that before, though. That's not something that.
they do, yeah. They'll issue executive orders that contradict those to change it. Like they can. That's usually one of the first things that happens is they write they have executive orders that they want to put in to start, and usually those executive orders preclude the ones of the previous president because they were sending it to right, and this other one's going to the left or whatever it may be. But they're not done in a way that is like um, malicious like Trump did. Like his executive orders are obviously like filled with
Stupid
dog
shit.
whistles and
Yeah.
just
The Gulf, the
harmful
Gulf of America.
bullshit.
Gulf of
And
America.
but the thing is that the Trump administration has done so much damage to our federal government um, that it will take time to fix these things. Like
Oh, indeed.
it's not a matter of just coming in and undoing it. These hundreds of thousands of people who work for the federal government have been affected by this, and we have, we're going to fall behind in research, which I don't know how well. I imagine this group here gets this, but whenever we begin to fall behind the rest of the world on technology and on medical research and stuff like that, that is one of the worst possible things we could do because it affects all these other things, and you can't just pick back up research. Like you can't just say, oh well, we'll just start at the leading edge of where everything was. You have to do the work to get there.
We have a brain drain too. Like
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
not. We're losing a generation of people
Well,
who.
there's this attack on intellectualism
Yeah,
that is
but we're losing a
very powerful.
generation of intellectual people
Yeah,
who to do that.
yeah,
But there are other countries. I mean, even China seems set to go with like advancing stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, these and what we've seen, like whenever USAID was shuttered and all the stuff that went on with all those things, China was more than happy to come in and take over our place in there
Oh,
and
yeah.
create these relations across the world with these places because in the current system that equals power. Uh, and China's more than happy to take it. Trump has wanted to play these games with these tariffs and the microchips and all that stuff with China, and China is just like, well, hope your farmers are having a good time.
yeah,
They're as much as many of us like to feel like America is number one, and this American exceptionalism idea. These other countries are right there too, as far as like research and technology and moving the frontier forward. Um, One of the things I read Neil deGrasse Tyson's books just because of his take on why we should be exploring space. And I'm not saying necessarily put people in space, but um, all the technology and stuff that comes from that later, like all the things we end up getting later because of um, leading edge technology they had to use to get whatever research done in the cosmos. And when you stop doing that, it has this effect that all those other things fall apart too. And you're also destroying education too. The damage is not something that can be fixed overnight, unfortunately. And
No, no.
but we got to start somewhere.
Yeah, we just got to start, but we got to quit doing what we're doing. Quit digging. That's what I said.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
stop digging. That's the first step, and we're still digging.
Well, exampled in COVID, Florida was a perfect example. They quit reporting the numbers, so therefore COVID disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We would have less cases if we stopped testing.
Yeah.
Well, Trump has pulled that trick again, right? So
Mhm.
now we're hiding the numbers, the job numbers, and inflation numbers, and economic numbers, because if you don't see it, it's not there, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah. It's
Well, it'll all come. What their plan is that when all this comes unglued, there will be a Democratic president, and this is the way they work it every time. There will
well,
be a Democratic president in office, and just like in 2008, when people associate, there's a whole lot of people who associate the housing market crash with Obama.
sure.
Mhm.
I mean, like they do not they do not understand that because right at the
The
end
buck
of the
stops here.
term, Bush put a band-aid on it for just a minute so it would hold right
Yeah, right.
until Obama got in office.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And what you're talking about is they blame Obama because he was the head of the government at the time.
Yeah.
Trump has done this thing where it's like, no matter what the problem is, not his fault. It's not me. It's he will throw Pete
Joe
Hegseth
Biden.
and,
It's
and
Joe Biden's fault.
Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And just the sleepy Joe Biden. This motherfucker sleeps through every meeting. He works 5 hours a day, if that, with a Diet Coke button in front of him, and
Dozy Don. That's what
he
I call him, Dozy
There
Don.
you go.
they call the press into the Oval Office to do a press conference, and he sleeps through it. Like, there's obviously some problem going on here, and like we see his health deteriorating, and
Mm.
his mental uh, capabilities definitely deteriorating. I mean, he wakes up in the middle of the cabinet meeting and he goes, "It's 12 billion." Like, just in the middle of Christy Nome talking, like it's just amazing the amount of apologizing and distance that you need to look at that and say, this is a good thing here, this right here, this is good. Like, it really makes me doubt my fellow man's ability uh,
Imagine being a Republican
to
lawmaker with any kind of common sense or just any kind of normalcy at all, trying to like apologize for this every
yeah,
like trying to act like this is normal, trying to pretend like it's normal. I mean, and they do it though. They
yeah,
do it. They will
And,
bend over backwards to try to defend the most indefensible positions.
they're out there. There are not all Republicans are like this. There are Republicans, and I've spoken with them, that they have some good common sense and they don't agree with a lot of the way that things are being done. but a lot of people don't care about the journey, just the destination.
Right. Yeah.
But how you do things matters just as much as or just as much as what the goal is.
Yeah.
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 There
How does it benefit me?
there is
Um,
definitely a bad route to any
wh-
place you're going.
Hmm.
well, I remember leading up to the election, whenever we'd have right wing people, MAGA people come in to chat, it was always, well, my husband's making extra money on his check. Well, I'm not going to pay overtime or taxes on my overtime or tips or what. And it was these things, and it's like, yeah, but at what cost? Like, you are you willing to see 1,000 children starve to death for you to make $10 extra this month?
But
Uh,
the thing about
ten
this is
thousand children?
they're
Like,
not going to make extra money though. That's what
no,
even
no, it's all smoke and mirrors anyway. But
yeah.
like
Hmm.
that, one thing we have to understand is our government, Republican or Democrat, either one, will never just give people more money. Like you're, and if they do, everything else is going to go up too. They're,
Hmm.
and anyone who tells you like we're gonna cut all your taxes and you're gonna be rich and everybody's gonna be great, like obvious bullshit.
Well, I mean, I agree the Democrats are a problem sometimes, but like I've said before, it's like choosing between the crabs and syphilis.
So so
I
real
mean,
quick, guys, let me jump in here. I have to go.
okay,
So we have some options here. I can wrap up the stream and get dressed and go do the thing, or I can leave you guys to talk and
yeah,
I can jump back in the stream from the doctor's office because
okay.
I'll have to sit and wait for a
I
while.
don't think you'll be able to get on your phone.
Yeah, I will.
Okay,
And if not, whatever. And if you guys wrap up at the end and you can't actually end the stream, just don't worry about it. Just go. It won't be a big deal.
Okay.
It just close it out and leave, and just make sure you take yourself off camera. But
we'll just be still here.
real quick before I go though, hey Dawn, I hope you come back and join us. And I'm sorry I had to dip on you here, but I have to do this,
Oh,
and
sure.
it was great having you on. And I hope everybody goes and checks out your channel and subscribes and stuff. I'll put your thing in chat again real quick, but I really appreciate you coming on, and it was great talking to you the other day, and I'm glad you came on to hang out with us today. I really regret having to take off here, but it's I'm gonna have big time issues if I don't. So,
Gotcha.
but
Gotcha. Well, I really appreciate you inviting me on and having me here. I'm enjoying myself, and yeah, I'd love to come back.
yeah. So everybody else out there, thank you so much for coming and watching, and I appreciate every one of you. And if you're new here and you like what's going on, please just subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. I really would appreciate that. Other than that, though, take care of yourself. Try to be good to each other. Quit being assholes to each other. Okay. Um,
Yes.
and that's all I got. Later, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be on with Kelly King on her channel. So
Awesome.
definitely check us out there. That'll be a lot of fun. I love talking to
Yeah.
Kelly. But have a great day, everybody. Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we need a pirate flag. Amber has a pirate flag. I wish we had her pirate flag.
Yes.
We have taken over the Kentucky Atheist stream. All right.
We've commandeered the ship.
Yes, yes.
So, Robin, there is something I'd like to talk to you about,
Okay.
and I think that we can all agree, especially in the light of some of the most recent political violence that's been out there, that we need to tone down the rhetoric, and not just Republicans, but Democrats as well. And I'm just as guilty. What can people do? What do people need to do on both sides um, to bring it down to where we're not shooting people?
It's strange that you picked me to ask this question because, like, I don't know if y'all are not aware, but Dawn is a friend that I have made in Discord on Pinkbird, and Jeet in chat is too, and I've become really good friends with with these people over there. And on Pangburn Discord, I'm kind of known as the Trump hater. I mean, like, and he doesn't really have many big fans over there at all. But
No,
I am like stand out. So yeah, so
thank you, Farm.
I have a hard time. Um, I mean, I feel like that. If they would stop doing bad shit, I would stop saying stuff about it. That's what I think. Like, I mean, like it just be like, now it's like we just have to praise him if he goes a whole day without tweeting some or truthing or whatever the hell it is, some kind of dumb shit. Um, I don't know if y'all watched the speech he gave on affordability the other day. And he called Biden the son of a bitch right in the middle of the speech. He said that son of a bitch. I mean, like we're in we're in the world to get presidents that call past presidents, um, no, son of a bitch. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it just blows my mind that, and it's okay. I mean, like when I was a kid, in my Christian home, saying "son of a bitch" got my sister a really bad whipping one time.
Mm-hmm.
My dad never whipped me at all, but he did whip my sister, who is like way less likely to get a whipping than me at any time for calling him a son of a bitch. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't allowed, and now it's like it's okay for the president to say that about one of our past presidents.
Right. Yeah. That doesn't represent what I want the world to look at the U.S. as. And if the president isn't the number one representation of the U.S., then what is he doing?
I mean, I feel like if we just tone down the rhetoric about some it normalize. I feel like it's just normalizing it. That's why I just cannot. I mean, like I just don't see why every American's not pissed. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it's unreal that this is happening.
Well, they accept things that are demonstrably false, and then they push it, thinking that if enough people hear it, that'll make it true. But come on, guys, we've been waiting for trickle down economics to work since what 1982.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know about you, but things have just gotten harder for me. Uh, I don't have we don't have a good healthcare system in here, and they're trying to take what we do have away and say, well, we're just going to give you those subsidies, but you can't spend the subsidies they're going to give you on health insurance premiums.
No, because they're making like he's making this argument that he doesn't want the health insurance companies to get the money.
Mm,
Okay, who in the fuck is gonna insure us then? You know what I mean? Like, the only way you can get health insurance is from a health insurance company,
yeah,
unless they want to give us universal health care. I mean, I believe actually, if somebody we had somebody like that would maybe I can see us even getting Trump convinced that he should push universal health care. Just because if he ever comes up with the idea himself and thinks that he'll be popular because of it, he might do it.
yeah,
Of course, I'm pretty sure that his control over the lawmakers would diminish slightly if he started doing shit like that. But I mean, he's just that unaware of what everything he's doing. Like every policy makes no sense. It's just flip. That's because he's not a politician. He's a dumbass.
yeah.
You know what I mean? No, you didn't elect a businessman. You elected a dumbass. Hello, Maya. Y'all, I got my red hat on. I'm going to see Andrew Seidel after a while, and this is what I'm going dressed as. Yeah,
Nice. I
yeah.
agree, Ember. I'm all for a universal health care, a single payer system. I believe health care is definitely a human right. I've worked in the field, and I've seen what and experienced what lack of health care can do. And it just makes sense. If you want a strong workforce, which is the backbone of a good country and a good economy, they need to be fed and they need to be well.
Yeah, and remember, I mean, we have the highest rate of people losing or like having to file losing everything,
Yes,
bankruptcy, like because they got sick once. And yes, Maya, this is my friend Don. Joe had to go to the doctor, so he had to check out. We've pirated his stream.
I tried my best. Is the hair's okay, right?
Yes, your hair is beautiful. I love your hair. I love your hair. Yes, like I tell Mark Reed all the time, you have the best hair.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and, and like I said before, with the rhetoric, it's on both sides. I was pretty quick to call someone stupid. You know, it's not those that don't know better that really bother me, and I'm try to be generous and say that there's a bunch of them. It's
I
those
mean, were
that,
they stupid though? Were they actually stupid?
well, they reject the good argument in favor of the one they like.
I mean, I feel like that honesty is not necessarily always rhetoric.
Oh, true. Oh, true. That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it bothers me. I think
No.
that the Trump administration, especially this time around, is looking for a way to retain power because he knows he's term limited and there's no constitutional way for him to run, even as a VP. So without the legislature changing the Constitution, which is very unlikely to happen,
No,
um,
because they can't do anything. Like they
no,
can't I mean, like I said, they can't accomplish anything, right?
no, they've done nothing this term. They did nothing his last term.
Yeah, they're too incompetent to accomplish a goal, even if it's a bad one. Um, I mean, I'm looking for him to do something. He's going to exploit this war thing. He was always interested in the ideal that Ukraine didn't have to hold elections
Yes,
during a war thing, and um, I mean, I think he's constantly scheming on stuff like that, but his mind is just so far gone. But
right. Well,
unfortunately, he has a group of people who are up there with him who actually, if like someone ever gets in charge that's supposed to be in charge, they're going to be held accountable too. In fact,
mhm,
they don't have immunity by the Supreme Court like he does.
right.
I mean,
Exactly.
like Stephen Miller is not get it does not did not get Supreme Court immunity. Christy
No.
Nome did not get Supreme Court immunity. Pam Bondi, none of those people have immunity, and they I think they realize that. I don't think that they're behaving like they realize it, but I think they do. But I think they think they're somehow they're going to come up with some kind of scheme that is going to pull them out of it.
There's two ways that he can remain in power. One is to call a national emergency that he'd have to have evidence for, and then he could cancel elections. But it would have
Can
to be
he do
like
that? Like, 'cause
terrorism.
yeah, can he do that though? Because we've had like in the past, we have a precedence of still holding elections during like
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But it's actually written in the Constitution that you can cancel in a time of emergency, like and I'm trying to think of something other than war, but like a really large, maybe fire that
like
was
an
multiple
insurrection.
states, or yeah, insurrection. There you go. Or in times of war, and you can actually cancel elections as president in those specific circumstances. And I really think that he's pushing for one of those two to happen. The Venezuela thing lends credence to the wartime declaration.
We have
And
got to change that.
oh,
Like,
indeed.
there's not no one man should have the power to cancel our elections, especially when he's the one that is like doing the warring.
Exact.
So you know what I mean? Like,
The
uh,
president of peace. Remember, he just got a peace prize from a soccer organization,
yes,
so they're no longer warring.
he got a Happy Meal Peace Prize. I was proud of him, and he was like, and like the soccer people were like so trolling us with that.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, like. and he was so happy with it. He was
Yes. Did you see?
happy. I mean, it's like they're punking us. It's a we are being punked.
Is that what it's the longest episode of Punked?
Yes,
12 years now.
it's the Twilight Zone goes punked. Yeah,
That's it. That makes sense. Pardon me.
definitely.
But yeah, so oh, here's something else I'd like to hear your opinions about. It's just 3 words. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh my.
Did,
Um,
did you ever think you'd listen to a video of her and agree with most everything she said?
no,
No, I didn't either.
and like I recognize that. Like, okay, I thought about this because the first time I seen her on something was on, and I don't usually watch the Young Turks, but they had her on, and I was like, what is this going on? And everybody and Anna was kind of like, oh, they were just playing her up. Like, and I was like, this woman follows school shooting victims down the Capitol. You know what I mean? Like harassing them. Um, I, so, but she's like three positions that me and her probably share like opinion, like outcomes sort of in, but not for the same reasons. Like, she does it. She's she's about not supporting Israel because she's anti-Semitic and America first stuff, not because she worries about brown kids. But,
Right.
she so does not care about brown kids. Um, and she is the Epstein files. I guess probably I will
Thank
say
you,
I
Amber.
will. That's the only one I will give her credit for is the Epstein files, and I will even give Boebert and Nancy Mace, who has absolutely probably never done nothing else that I would ever think that I could give her credit for, is because I'm sure they've received a lot of pushback and a lot of like there's been a lot of threatening and I mean, like they have actually stood their ground on that on signing that thing, and I will say that I was kind of shocked, but I'm not shocked that the women in Congress were actually the ones that had the nerve to stand up for it. But
Right. Ember's corrected me that the president can't postpone or cancel federal elections. So thank you for correcting me on that.
I
I
didn't think
appreciate
so. But like I didn't think so. I think he's trying to figure out how he can do that, but I don't think that's
it. I think maybe I heard it from him asserting it, or maybe someone on that side asserting it.
yeah, yeah. No. Yeah. That's like quoting the Bible to prove the Bible.
No, true.
But yeah, like it is it's weird that that Marjorie Taylor Greene. But like I said, I think I will commend her on the Epstein things because I'm sure that they got a lot of and like she incurred personal attacks even from Trump.
Yes.
But I
Yeah.
would say what we didn't know behind the scenes was even worse, and so they did stand up for that, even though it probably is not going to turn out to demon. It is a position that I can respect her for having keeping. Um, the and then of course the healthcare issue. Um, she told us herself, my kids are insured under the ACA.
Hmm.
So once again, like most times, these policies um, are fine until they affect them personally.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed. We've
but
seen it time and time again.
unlike most of us who might lose health care under this situation, their mother has $12 million or whatever she has. So what I mean, like she can afford to buy on some health care probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm glad she's saying something. I mean, it's better that she's saying something than not saying something. Like,
True.
and I hope that she learns a little bit. Like, I try to not give her credit for learning. I think she has. Seems like she has matured somewhat. Um, but I still remember the woman that chased the shooting victim down the Capitol.
Yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I ran across that video not too long ago of her following David Hogg and claiming that it was set up and that he was an actor.
and then the Jewish space laser thing,
Oh,
and
that's wonderful.
and dressed as Cruella Deville during Biden's speech with that big. I mean, like she
Oh, wow, yeah.
like she had on.
And yelling from the audience because that's the sign of the sort of decorum that we need in our house.
Yes, 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 yes. It's very, 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 yeah, stately. And one of my best memories of her is whatever they were doing at the. I think it was at maybe the Turning Point or something, or the APAC.
She packed,
They were doing some kind of skit, like a play or skit, like role acting, and she was like on her knees inside of a jail cell or something. Like it was something to do with the January 6th people, and it was some
oh, wow.
yeah. But she was on her knees down in front of this person, and stuff like that. And she did go and sing that anthem or whatever that the January 6th people, um, like when they were in there, they wrote that anthem or whatever for them. Yeah, I mean,
Wow. Yeah, it's
she's been wrong on so many things that she was almost statistically inevitable for her to finally be right on something.
right, right, right.
Like probabilities were with her. But
I have to say, I was utterly shocked at the vote count on releasing the Epstein files from the House, and I wonder, did some of the Republican representatives think, well, this is going to get blocked in the Senate, and so I'll vote however I want now, and at
yep.
least make myself look good.
But there was one. There was one.
Oh yeah, there's
one.
always one.
Yes.
Louisiana
Yes.
Mills.
Yes. 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 Louisiana. Like yes.
Does Corey Mills, I think, is his first name.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just.
A pedo protector.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
I mean,
know.
like, wouldn't you want to be the one? Like, if I would have been the only one, I would have like changed my vote, so I
Oh,
wouldn't even have to listen to that on the news later. Why did you? Why are you the only one to vote it that way?
wow.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
But yeah. So and then now, correct. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but they did pass it in the Senate, correct?
Yes, yes, it's supposed to be released. They've got supposed to have 30 days, I think.
Right.
Is what it's supposed to be. But then there's been a whole bunch of like, I mean, like Trump is not, he's not fighting against it in public right now, but they're doing all kinds of stuff. They like just Maxwell tried, like they've been using her to try to stop some of this.
Yeah.
She's been filing all these cases, and even though the Supreme Court refused to hear her pardon stuff and all that thing, they've been using her to like say, oh, you can't release this information because of this and this and this. It's going to hurt my case. Well, no, you don't have a case. I mean, yeah, you think you might have an appeal or whatever, but you are actually lost your case already a long time ago. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And but she's doing all that, so that's just trying to muddy it all up. But
Yeah.
I think the most of the judges in lower courts seem to be just pretty much just fed up with all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what Trump has done. He has thrown mud in the wheels of our judicial system, just and then just that's what he does. Just flood it with everything, and and just keep the courts too busy solving shit. And, like uh, Albert Garcia today, the judge
Yes.
ordered him released. They out now, like
Yes.
and but the thing about it is everything, nothing any judge says is any good until it goes to the Supreme Court. It seems like.
For some reason, yeah. He's blurred the lines and the separation of powers between the three branches. Honestly, I don't think he knows there are three branches.
Oh no,
And if he does, I don't think he could name them.
no, no.
But,
No.
maybe I'm looking back through rose colored glasses, but it seems like growing up and in my younger years as an adult, that even though I disagreed with a lot of people on policy, that didn't make them bad people. But it seems now the policies are more morally weighted, and
because yeah, the cruelty is the point.
it does seem to be.
Yeah, that. I mean, like when you say that, make that statement right there. It has a double meaning. You know what I mean? Like, and you really doesn't emphasize that is the point of these policies. That is the point. That's like a lot of these policies are just the point of them is the cruelty. Just like I see pro life that way or whatever. I don't even like to call them pro life. I hate
No,
that.
pro birth is more accurate.
I think they're anti woman is what I think.
Very.
Yeah. I mean, they're not even pro birth because they don't want to give health care to people so they can have babies, and like they're for putting immigrants out in the street to give. You know what I mean? Because we shouldn't give them health care
Right.
if they're giving birth, and they want you to go right back to work as soon as you have a baby. They don't want to give us any kind of maternal health, time off or anything. So they're not really pro birth either. They're anti woman.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. And even the women on that side are anti-women, which
And
is
that's wow. That blows my mind.
yeah,
It really does.
yeah, it's sad. I mean, like traitors, like it's just terrible, and they just they don't even have a clue because they think, and it's all because of a lot of those women and some of the men too have been convinced of this anti-abortion stuff for because of like their emotional attachment to babies
Hmm.
and they're convinced that they're doing the moral thing. I do believe that. I think that there is the people who are leading the anti-abortion movement, like at the top, are doing it for cruelty and they're doing it for power and they're doing it for nefarious reasons. But I think that the average voter, like you know, my dad does not go and vote in there so he can oppress women.
Hmm.
That's not his concept of how that works. He just thinks that that is murdering babies, and and they've been taught that, and so they think that this is their moral position, and they don't understand all the issue of the whole nuance. Nuance is very complicated, especially and I blame Christianity because I think Christianity has taught these people to think in myopic ways.
Yes. Yeah. Dogmatic, any kind of a dogma is not necessarily ever going to be good. We should be open minded. We should accept um, when we cannot. What am I trying to say? We should accept when we cannot do direct observation and experimentation, that those that do are going to be honest about their findings, unless we have a good reason not to. And there are a lot of people out there that just want to wave away any kind of evidence that goes against their thoughts, against their dogmatic thinking, what they've been told to think by some authority figure, because it doesn't further their narrative. That it's goes against what they were raised. Pastor John told me that the earth was 6 to 10,000 years old. Well, I'm sorry, but Pastor John either lied to you or just doesn't know any better himself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Pastor John um, wasn't he wasn't a scientist either.
Exactly.
Like, what I mean? Like,
You know,
I think about growing up. My pastor actually, I think, finished eighth grade.
yeah,
Probably
yeah,
was as high as he went, and that was like 30, like 50 years before I finished high school. So,
right.
like, I mean, like, so, but I don't remember us ever having that. I don't remember growing up, the pastor of my church ever even having a sermon about the earth being 6,000 years old.
No.
I don't. I don't. And I never remember us ever. talking once about politics.
No, no. Well, there was what act is it that actually prohibits that?
The Hatch Act.
Is that I
That's,
thought it was
no, no, that's the government. Um, what is the one that like we're for like 501(c)s are not allowed to endorse that.
right.
Hatch Act is one of them. That's like if like when they put up stuff in the like on the websites.
The Johnson Amendment thing.
No, like that's a violation of the Hatch Act. I know, but I'm not sure if that maybe Ember can probably tell us a question.
Oh, yeah. Back during the shutdown, is that what you're referring to when they said
Yeah,
due to the Democratic shutdown?
yeah, because they wanted to put they wanted to put that like in the airports,
Mm-hmm.
and the airports refused to show up because this is a violation of the Hatch Act.
Yes.
I mean, so and but I can't remember if that's the actual one that prevents like churches from endorsing.
Yeah, that's some sort of IRS code because they lose their exemption status if they do that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they don't though now. See, like okay, like you got 501, you got like nonprofit organizations such as churches and stuff, and then
Mhm.
you have nonprofit organizations such as like Black Nonbelievers.
Right.
Okay, they don't share the same protection.
Right. Right.
Because churches they've kind of like just let that the church part go. You know what I mean? They've quit enforcing that. But I guarantee if Black Nonbelievers was to come on and start, pushing a specific candidate or a specific party, you can push an issue. You can push like a position, like, we support, women like having reproductive health care. But you're not allowed to like support a specific candidate or party. But the churches are able to get by with that,
Yeah.
and where the other nonprofits would lose their status.
Yeah. There's definitely a bias towards religion bending
Yeah.
the regulations.
Yes, the persecution of
Oh,
Christians, the persecution.
God, white Christians in this country are the most self-persecuted bunch I have ever met.
Yes,
And I used to be one.
and don't say yes. I did not share with y'all. Don is a former pastor too, so yes,
So yeah, I have a unique perspective. Um, but I was amazed at
Johnson
how
women.
many.
Look,
Yeah.
Deviant come up with that answer. Deviant is not even American. Deviant lives in Sweden. That is
Sweet.
awesome, Deviant.
Great. But yeah. Um, so yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things I'd like to see changed. Uh, but Jeet and I have spoken about this in the past, and we wonder, and I'd like to ask your opinion, how long is it going to take the nation to repair the damage he's done in 11 months?
Oh my gosh, I don't even like decades. Like when we like what they did. I mean, just it's not just 11 months. I mean, like overturning Roe v. Wade set like equality for women um and back decades and decades.
It did.
Yeah, it did. And I feel like me and Stephanie, y'all know Stephanie. Me and Stephanie have talked about this so many times because Stephanie grew up. She's older than me, and she was involved in a whole lot of the civil rights, like all of that. You know that activate activism. At the time, and pushing for that, and so she was in the middle of all that, and my generation come in behind all that and acted like, oh, this is all settled. Um, we don't have to do anything, and we very much lackadaisically took our hands off the wheel and our foot off the gas and just started, I don't know. like doing dumb shit, and then and here we are. That's what happens when you cannot stop, going forward. If you take a break, these people will drag back. I mean, we're losing like we immunizations. You know what I mean? Like to me, that feels like one of the most backwards positions that we could have took because
Yes.
I always consider immunizations like when people ask me what are some of the greatest achievements of humanity, I put vaccines up there at the top. The fact that we ever figured out that these invisible things that we cannot see, um, we figured out what they were and a way to prevent them from happening to people, and it's like beyond. It's right up there with going to the moon and like going into
Yes,
space and stuff
it
like
is.
that. And probably better for humanity than going into space maybe. But so like it was, and now we're just like we don't need them anymore. I'm like, like
Indeed.
all the children who are probably going to suffer because of that.
Yeah. Well, I just read this morning on ground news about a new measles outbreak.
Yeah,
Um, we did,
whooping cough. We had somebody die of whooping cough the other day.
my son just caught it just a couple of months ago. He's 27 years old. Where did that come from?
Hmm. We were so close.
Oh yeah,
I mean, like that's the thing about it is we were so close to like doing some, you know what I mean, eliminating these diseases, and it's terrible to think about the fact that that we were that close, and then they just quit. They decided, oh, we don't have to do that anymore. You know,
yeah,
hepatitis B vaccine that they give it, newborns or whatever, that's not mandatory anymore. You know, you can still get it, but I think that RFK would probably love to just get rid of the ability to even get in any of them.
right.
He wants to take away, the COVID. I mean, like, and now we've got new studies that are showing that people who took the COVID vaccine actually have a better, are having better, um, like they're having less heart attacks and stuff. I'm not
Right.
sure. I don't know if that's been causally connected or just correlate connected, but there's something there to study.
Yes. Yeah, definitely something to look at. I couldn't say that if you've had your vaccination, your heart's going to be better for it, but it looks like that could be a case.
Yeah, there's some sort of relation in there that I'm not sure what it is, but
We're-
it's definitely, I mean, like, it's definitely not the thing that they were claiming that if you take this vaccine that your heart's going to stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
the myocarditis thing.
yeah, that's not. You know what I mean? Like that's not it. And
No,
it,
it's
and I have my best friend who has nothing like she has no idea about none of the science that I know. You know what I mean? Like she listens to me ramble about this stuff, but she don't give a shit about it. But I would have thought she learned enough about vaccinations, and like she got the vaccine. I made her go get vaccinated with me during COVID when I got it. And she claims, I mean, she just claims that it messed her all up, and she's like, I'm never taking another vaccine.
oh wow.
And I was like, oh my God. I was like- but
Well,
she wants to take the weight loss shot.
oh
And
well, of
I said,
course.
that's what I would do. I wouldn't take no vaccines from deadly diseases, but I'd go ahead and just take a weight loss shot. I mean, if you're like
Yeah,
shots, go ahead and be against all of them. I don't know.
I mean, vaccine may keep me from catching a disease, but this weight loss shot is going to make me look great in this swimsuit. That
Well,
makes sense.
yeah, she's not. No, she's like me. She's not going to be looking great in a swimsuit. Um, like that's why I want to be cremated because that's my last chance for a smoking hot body.
Ah, there you go.
Mhm.
Right on.
Yeah, I agree, Ember. Some things can't be repaired, like the White House wing is gone,
Yeah, that broke my
and
heart.
yes, it did. Like it was not his to destroy.
No, no, it wasn't.
Nobody, that's the one thing that these people don't. This is the one thing that I think annoys me more about the right than anything is this attitude that this belongs to them. You know what I mean? Like the language they use of if you don't like it, leave, or um, you take our country back,
Mm,
and stuff. And that language has annoyed me the entire time. But I've decided that I'm going to start using it the other way around. I mean, like I'm going to wear my red hat. I'm carrying my big flag purse into the Nashville swamp down there where all the um, Republic Tennessee idiots are. Um, and it's our country too.
it is.
And nope, somebody they need to be reminded of that. They need to be reminded. Like, I feel like they don't like the things that go on under like Biden and stuff, but I don't feel like Biden was intentionally reaching out and passing policies to hurt Republicans,
No,
like what they are doing. You know,
no. I feel like Biden's policies were what they were because it was the best way forward. Um, at least within whatever constraints that might have been on them for the time. Uh, Obviously, the president isn't all powerful, even though Trump wants to think that he is. And you have to work with the other branches, and that can be difficult. But it seems like that was easier just 20 years ago. I didn't see this vitriol. We definitely didn't see the amount of irresponsible language coming from either side, even 20 years ago.
yeah.
At least I don't remember it.
And no, it wasn't like that. There was still bipartisan legislation. Um, there was still respect for people in government, like like lawmakers, even if like they respected Clinton, like most of them did. Well, the way they went after Clinton over the blowjob thing, that right there is to me when a lot of this, like this right here, this um, petty, like tit for tat sort of thing. Um, you know, it's like then the Tea Party just made it worse too. Just a far right. Hey, there's Joe.
There he is.
Hey, Joe. But no, it just gets worse and worse, more divided, more divided. We're more divided every day. It seems like to me, and I just think about what's it going to take to bring us back together. Because the last time I remember this country being actually unified was after 9/11, which was a horrible, horrible thing. And then look what we did after that to like with that unification, we, agreed, we invaded Iraq and killed millions of people and accomplished nothing. You know what I mean? Like, and now we've got the prince that was, like part of the regime of that right there at the White House, like allowing him to get by with, not having to explain why he cuts up people into pieces and bury, Americans. Just, I don't know. It's a crazy world.
Right.
And I feel like that I feel like sometimes the fall. I don't think was the fall of Rome this stupid. That's what I want to know. Like, does anybody know if the fall of Rome was this stupid? Because that's what I feel like. Yeah, and I feel like that's what's happening. And I think that America though is so big and so powerful that when we do fall, it's gonna leave a hell of a fucking mess all
It
over.
is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I like apocalyptic stories. I like to see those kind of shows like Walking Dead and Silo and things like that. But I don't want to live through one.
No. No.
And I think we've had one civil war, and that's probably too many.
Yes. Yes.
We
I mean,
shouldn't
and we're still kind of. If we have another one, the thing about it is it's not even that much of a different topic.
right.
You know what I mean? Like the first one was over slavery, and this next one's going to be over pretty much the same thing, over bigotry. And look at there. Can
All right.
Yeah.
Just like magic.
how does your phone work on that, Eva Muck?
I'm sitting in the doctor's office, so I'm going to be kind of quiet. But as promised, I figured I better show back up.
You're a magician.
That's fine. You're good. They said I'm going to be a while, so
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I came down here and got to enjoy someone watching me pee, and
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Hey, yeah.
But we get this whole
Somebody watch you pee.
yeah.
Did they enjoy it? That's what I want
I don't know. I didn't ask if it was good for them or not. Maybe I should have. But I'm using my phone, obviously, but so I won't stay on long. But I said I would come back and check in and say hi and all that.
Well,
So
we'll let you in the stream because I mean, like, not that I'm in a hurry to go, but like while you're on here, we probably need to.
right on. Well, did you guys have a good talk while I was gone?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Am I gonna get a strike from YouTube over it?
probably.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
like yeah, we pirated. We took over pirated.
Shutting this
Um,
bitch down tonight.
like
I'm
there's
gonna start.
like there's anything that you wouldn't have said.
I'm gonna start playing Disney music.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Nintendo, Nintendo music.
There.
um, I just want to say if you're in Nashville area tonight at the I can't even think of the name of the church. That Glendale Baptist Church. Or Glendale, yeah, Glendale Baptist Church, I think is Baptist. Andrew Seidel is going to be there, and he's going to be speaking with Monty Nader, which is an a former alt right, some sort of, well, I'm not sure what kind of group he was in, but he was definitely some sort of alt right person, and he's come out of that, and so he's going to be talking with Andrew, and yeah, I'm excited.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
I know, I can't wait.
Yeah, that's a good one. Well, I hope you're safe and have fun and be careful out there in the weather. Um, so, Don, you want to tell everybody where they can find you and all that stuff?
Yeah, you can find me here at the link that he put up here with my I think it's at the Don PU for Pangburn Universe. I've got quite a bit of good content up there. It's been a while since I've uploaded anything, but I'll be starting that back up here pretty soon. I like to talk about politics. I like to talk about religion, and I like to talk about all kinds of activism. I was a cannabis activist before I moved to a state that had its shit together. And
Go
so,
cannabis.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, y'all go check me out there. I'm also on Bluesky, but I honestly don't remember my handle. Let me see if I can bring that up.
And Dawn can almost always be found in person on Pangburn's Discord.
Yeah, you can find me on Bluesky at MIDEM at bluesky.social. So Michigan Dim is what that means. And yeah, I've got something over there. If you don't mind me, just advertising for myself a little bit. My pin post on my Bluesky account is my idea for a direct answer to Project 2025, and I
Mute.
call it Project 2029.
Hold on a minute. Mute. Hey, Joe, mute your phone now.
Okay. So I created a document, a policy proposal, for as a direct answer to Project 2025. I call it Project 2029 because it's really imaginative titling there. But it's a vision for justice, freedom, and unity. If you guys check me out on Bluesky, download that PDF and scan it and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. If you really like it, send it to your rep or your senator, and let's see if we can get some of these ideas established. I think they're pretty good.
Yeah. Thank you, Dawn. Yes.
Right on, Don. Was you getting some feedback from my microphone?
Yeah, yeah. I was making all kinds of racket. I don't know.
Probably where I was moving the phone around in my hands. I'm not. I don't obey the rules. I don't guess.
Yeah, it was making all kinds the whole time. I
Yeah.
was like, but yeah, I was gonna say, Like, come in Discord on Pangburn. We're in there. We have the discussions all the time about this stuff, and especially in the mornings. Me and Jeet and Dawn are all three. I'm always in there. Come in to share.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right. Well, awesome. Well, all right. Well, thanks, Dawn, for coming, and you're welcome again anytime. And
Awesome.
thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm going to hit this because I'm probably not in the best place to be doing this, honestly.
all
But
right, love all y'all. Thank you for
Love,
coming.
love. Thanks for watching.
enjoy the Christmas video.